In this lecture, we are going to learn how to fill in the blanks of the reading module. Well, there are two types of blank. The name of the first type is reading and writing fill in the blanks, and the second one is simple one, reading fill in the blanks. Why they have written reading and writing fill in the blanks? Because this question contributes to reading and writing module. So that's why reading and writing. Okay, so first I will show you the interface, and then what we will do, we will start with the overview part. I'll discuss all the things, important things, and then we will jump onto the strategy part. Okay, tips, whatever things I teach to my students, I'll discuss all those, and then I will do some 3-4 samples also in front of you. Okay guys, so let me show you the interface first. So the moment this question is on the screen, your timer will start, and how you are going to get this question, you will have a passage with like 5 or 6 blanks, and you need to fill those blanks. How? You have to click on the drop down menu, or let's say this arrow, and you will get all the 4 options. You have to choose one option. Okay, so likewise you will get 5 or 6 passages or questions, and in every passage you will have 5 or 6 blanks. The overall number could be 20, could be 25, could be 24, it depends. What should be your target? Your target should be to answer at least 21 out of 24 correctly. In the same way, let's say 17 or 18 out of 20 correctly. So if you score this much, it will be very easy for you to score 80 plus. You answer 4 or 5 incorrectly, the probability of getting 79 plus will be reducing. Okay, will be comparatively less. And if you are not doing good in this particular question type, then it becomes very important to do very good in read loud and highlight incorrect word of the listening module. So do not leave your reading module on your read loud and highlight incorrect word. Okay, try to do good here. And even though I am going to discuss few rules here, or I'm going to give you some 5-6 tips, I would still say that practice as much as you can. Why? Because with practice only you can improve. You cannot just listen my lecture and feel like, okay, you are expert now. Even if you know the rule, still you should have habit of thinking in that way. Okay, you cannot just recollect everything as at the last moment. By learning something and recollecting at the last moment is not going to work, and it has never worked for anyone. So practice as much as you can. That's a very basic and important rule. Whatever other rules are there, they are not that much important. And the best way is practice. If you answer anything incorrectly, try to find the reason why your word is incorrect. Let's say if I'm selecting this one, now let's say after submitting it, if I get to know, okay, this is incorrect, why this is incorrect. Okay, if I select this one, why this is correct. If this is correct, then why this is correct. Do not answer something by guessing the word. And even if you have guessed it and your answer is correct, find the reason, analyze your mistake. That will help you much more than any lecturer or any teacher. Okay, so now I'll brief you about the question, well, about everything related to this question. Okay, so now I'm going to brief you everything. So the first thing you have to keep in mind is that the task is what? Fill in the blanks. You need to fill the blanks. Okay, that is the task. Well, you have the idea as I have shown you the interface. Then guys, about the skills, they are checking your reading comprehension skills. Then they're checking your vocabulary skills. Okay, then they're checking your grammar, they're checking your logical reasoning, everything. And because of these skills, your reading and writing modules are getting assessed. That is the reason here. Why this question contributes to reading and writing. They are not just checking whether your answer is correct or not. Sometimes they will give you 2 words correct words. Okay, two words and both will be kind of correct. So in that case, you have to select the most appropriate one. So they're checking your logical reasoning, your grammar, your vocabulary, your comprehension skills, and that's why it contributes to both these. Okay. Then guys, about the number of passages, you will get maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 6, it depends. Usually students tell me like they got 5 or 6 passages. How many blanks? You are going to get 5 to 10 blanks. Well, 10 is very rare. Usually 5 to 6 blanks. Okay. So I won't say like, exactly 10. I won't say exactly 5. Sometimes there are 7 also. Keep that in mind. And then time to answer. There is no such restriction. But the target to complete a passage should be 2 minutes or 2 minutes 30 seconds. Why? Now here I would explain one thing in detail. So see guys, uh, let's say if you are getting 5 passages and if you are taking 3 minutes to answer every passage, you are going to waste 15 minutes. Now multiple choice, let's say if you have answered it in 1 minute, so 16 minutes, you are going to get, let's say, 3 reorder paragraphs. You need at least 2 minutes, so 6. Okay, 15 plus 1, 16 plus 6, 22. So far the count is 22. You are going to get at least 5 other types of blank and you need 2 minutes. So 5 into 2, 10. So 22 plus 10, it is your 32. And now you just have 1 minute for your one multiple choice. So the count will be 33. Now, why I said like 3 minutes here? Well, in why I'm saying 2.5 in the lecture and now I'm saying if you take 3 minutes. The thing is, sometimes you may get these three instead of 5 you may get 6. What you will do in that case, if you get 6, then this time count will be 18. Now you count 18 plus 1, 19 plus 6, 25. Okay, then what? 35. You will be having 33 minutes overall. You can't, you won't be able to even attempt your one multiple choice and then even one blank. So, if number of questions are less, then time also will be less. Keep that in mind. It's not like for 5 questions 33 minutes and for 6 also 33. Okay, it depends. So, target is what? Target is 2.5 minutes. Okay, after that, scoring. Well, 1 point for every correct answer. Now, it is very difficult to tell like what is the exact, uh, what are the exact marks. Maybe 58, maybe 60. Out of 60, maybe 35 you're reading, 35 you're writing. Because it depends on number of questions. And also like, there is no such clear thing mentioned on the website. Okay, whether it is of overall the your this particular question type is of 60 marks or 58. Usually they say like 58, 58, 59 in that range. Okay, so one would be of 1 point and accordingly they will award you the marks. Now coming to your tips part, the very first rule is that read the entire passage first, get the idea about the content. It is very important. You should not just look at the blank and try to answer it. Read the entire passage first. For example, now here do not just focus on I'm going to give you this one in a little different way. So first read it. In the realm of quantum mechanics, particles exhibit dash that seem counterintuitive to our classical understanding. One such phenomena is, so they're talking about this one, is dual nature of light, where it behaves both as a particle. Now they're talking about light here. Fine. This duality has been a subject of dash for decades. Now, particles exhibit what? Particles exhibit traits emotions, colors, songs. This is about what? This is about your mechanics. Will, like in physics, do particles exhibit songs? Do they exhibit color? Do they exhibit emotion? Do they exhibit traits? Now, even if, well, I'm going to discuss this point also, but I'm sure these three cannot be my answer. Why? Even if you don't know traits, still you can say like, okay, they don't, particles don't, exhibit, they don't show song, color, emotion. Traits. The meaning of traits is what kind of, characteristics or properties. So what is my correct answer here? Traits. Now with this itself, I got the idea. Okay, what is the topic? This one. In this topic, there is no meaning of sound, color, or emotion. Then one such phenomenon is the dual nature of light, where it behaves both as a particle and as a dash and as a what. Now what is written here? As a what? As a wave, as a ocean, as a sound, as a car. What is this thing? Mechanics, physics. Car, it doesn't make sense. Sound, particle, behaves, dual nature of light. Light behaves as a particle and a sound. Light behaves as a particle and a ocean. Light behaves as a particle and a wave. You might have read in class 11 or class 12. So correct answer here is wave. This duality has been a subject of dash for debate for decades. Means they are talking about time. I got the idea. Has been a subject of dash, has been a subject of debate, enjoyment, dance, food, totally unrelated, enjoyment. This is a like technical academic topic. Enjoyment for decades, no, a debate for decades. Okay, so duality of light, they are talking about light here, no relation at all. So means the moment you read like quantum mechanics, so you will expect technical words here. All other words are what? All other words are non-related. They are odd one out, awkward, odd words. You can easily eliminate them. In the exam you will not get this much simple, but still I hope you have got the idea. I wanted to teach you, like you have to first get some idea, okay, what is the topic, so that mentally you are ready for it. Okay, what kind of vocabulary I know I will be getting for a particular blank. Okay, so this is a tip one. Always read, get the idea. Okay, what is the topic, get the idea about it. Do not just start just like that. Keep that in mind. Okay, then guys, coming to second one. The second tip is look for grammatical clues. This is very important. Keep noun, verb, adjective, everything in mind. For example, despite the challenges faced, the athlete's determination was dash. He did not let failures dash his spirit. Okay, he did not let failures dash his spirit. Now, despite the challenges faced, the athlete determination was dash. Now, read all the options: unwavering, happy, jumps, and car. Now, if you go with unhappy, this one unwavering, what it means? Steady. This means steady. This means resolute, something fixed. Okay. Now, happy, the athlete's determination was happy. It doesn't fit in the context. The athlete determination was jumps. This is totally, incorrect. Determination, okay. This one, well, first of all, it should not be in the list. Totally incorrect one. So I need to decide between your unwavering and happy, and grammatically this one only makes sense. Okay. Then what is the second one? He did not let failures dash his spirit. He did not let failures dash his spirit. What are the different options here? First is dampen. Now, dampen means to reduce something, to lessen something. Okay. Then, his spirit means he did not let his spirit to go down. This is dampen. Dampen means, reduce. So, yes, it can be. He did not let failure celebrate. Now, I need some kind of verb here. If I have to say he did not let failures reduce his spirit, celebrate. Well, celebrate is incorrect, but still celebration is also, it is totally incorrect. Celebration doesn't fit at all. This is a noun here. Okay, this is a noun here, so it doesn't fit at all. Then guys, third one, rain. Now rain is also incorrect, so it doesn't fit. It did not let failures rain his spirit. The fourth one, clearly his spirit. It also doesn't make any sense at all. So what you understand here, that if you know the meaning, then you just need to go with what? Now he did. Let's say if dampen is not there, if there is option like reduce, celebrate, increase, reduce, increase. Sometimes they will say reducing also. Okay, they will say reducing also. They will say reduce also. So keep your sentence form in mind, and then look for, like, in that sentence what will fit. Noun will fit, verb will fit, adjective will fit. So then only you will be able to answer correctly. Clearly here is what? Clearly is what? Clearly is your adverb here. It doesn't fit at all after this failures word. It doesn't fit after clearly. Okay. Then rain doesn't fit at all. It is it doesn't fit here. Okay, this one is grammatically wrong. This doesn't fit here. Celebration, with celebration also same. Celebration also after failure doesn't fit at all. So grammatically this is both these can be eliminated. We have only dampen. So look for what? Grammatical clues. Check whether your answer is grammatically correct or not. Noun, verb, adjective, adverb. Keep those things in mind. Okay guys, then the third one, go with the elimination strategy. Now, what is the elimination strategy? So see here, the Renaissance period, spanning roughly from 11th to the 17th century, witnessed a dash of interest in the arts, resurgence, diminution, transmission, coloration. Now witnessed may be some kind of increase, okay, or decrease, one of these words. Now because I understood the context, what he's trying to say, it either increase or decrease. Okay, now I'm thinking in that way. But let's say if I do not understand the meaning of particular word, or let's say 2 words or 3 words, then eliminate. Now I will try to eliminate. Let's say if I am able to eliminate 2 incorrect answers, the probability of selecting 1 correct word from 2 is much more than selecting 1 out of 4. That is my theory here. Now, what is the diminution here? Diminution means a reduction or decrease. Okay, diminution is what? A reduction or decrease. If you knew the meaning, fine. Otherwise, you would have faced problem here. Now, what is written here? Spanning roughly, witness a dash in the arts. It acted as a bridge between the medieval and dash age, making significant advancement in. So means we are getting something like a positive vibe here. Okay, we are getting some positive vibe here. Like they are saying, they are hinting like it increased. So resurgence is the closest one. Okay, increase. Let's say if you do not know diminution, leave it. Okay, transmission. Okay, right now, if you do not know diminution, leave it. Resurgence maybe because surge word is there. So resurgence, I'm sure like you are aware of this. Diminution, fine, leave it. Transmission, witness the transmission. If it is transmission, then there should be like transmission from X to Y, something like that. Now, witness the transmission and transmission in the arts, transmission from where? So it doesn't make sense at all. Witness a coloration, it doesn't make sense at all here. So I can eliminate number 3 and number 4. Now if I can eliminate number 3 and number 4, so what are the words left now? Resurgence and diminution. And now diminution, if I have to select if I have to select one out of two, I will go for resurgence. Why? Because at least I know like they are discussing something positive, and resurgence is a positive word. So even if I am not sure, still probability of selecting one out of these two is much more than selecting one out of these four. So I will go with the first one, resurgence. Witnessed a resurgence. Then the second one, it acted as a bridge between the medieval era and the dash age, making advancement in various disciplines. Now, the again, go with eliminate approach. Modern, maybe yes. This one and Stone Age, maybe. If they are comparing, they may compare these two. Okay, let's say aquatic, gilded. No, it doesn't make sense at all. So, 1 out of 4 or 1 out of 2. Okay. Now, if you do not know, well, first of all, it's very important, very important to know the meaning. Otherwise, you would be in trouble. Okay. Now, I said like gilded. So, I cannot exactly say, gilded can be eliminated. Why? Because even gilded also refers to some time period. Okay. Some time period. Gilded means is generally referred as late 19th century, American time period. Now, let's say if you do not know the meaning and you are not sure whether this word is appropriate one or not, so we can eliminate word aquatic. This is totally like related to water, so this is gone. Now, modern, stone, gilded. So, can we go for stone here? No. Why we can't go for stone? Because here it is written medieval. The stone itself is prehistoric. So if they are comparing, they won't be comparing same time period, right? This is also prehistoric, this is also prehistoric. I'll eliminate this one also. I'm left with modern and gilded. If you don't know the gilded one, at least probability is now much more than the earlier one. 1 out of 4 or 1 out of 2. I will go for your modern only. Why? There is a chance, at least I'm sure like you are aware of this word. This is like prehistoric one. Okay, time period. So they will be comparing the earlier time period with the modern one. So we will go with the modern one here. You may not get correct answer, but eliminate approach will do what? Will increase the probability of answering a particular word, correctly. And guys, I'm just, I'm giving these simple examples just to show you. It's not like you will get difficult only. Sometimes we get something simple also. And still, like, why students are not able to answer correctly? Because in the exam they panic. They do not follow rules. If PT is easy, then everyone should score 70 plus. But usually the scores are in the range of 65, 66, 67. In IELTS, we all score 6.5. If PT is easy, then our score should be 7.5. 7.5 means 75, 76. But that is not the average in PTE. Why? This is the reason. Highlight incorrect word, the most easy question. Still students make mistake. Fill in the blanks, the second most easy question. Still students are making mistake. Then essay writing. Here students can write, 100% memorized essay. You need to write 200 words out of 200. Now, earlier I was giving 160, 170 words to my students. Rest, I was telling them to write on their own. Nowadays I'm giving them 220. I'm saying, okay, whatever you can write on your own, write it. Still, like, their writing score is not good here. In their writing is in the range of like 66, 67 or 70, like 7 bands only. If PT is easy, then why students are not scoring 7.58 here? Because it is easier to score 6.5 compared to IELTS. But if someone says, okay, if PT is easier, I'll score 7.5, no, you have to focus. You have to keep few basic things in mind. Then only you can score 7.5 or let's say 75. Then guys, the next rule, keep a group of words, pair of words, collocations in mind. For example, John has always had a dash for music. From a young age, he could pick up any instrument and dash a tune. Here it looks like they are talking about his, skills. Like he can just pick any instrument and play it. Okay. Now let's go with our blank first. John always had an dash for music, ear for music, eye for music, hand for music, foot for music, and ear for music. Now it is a common collocation. It means like ability to understand and produce music. Okay. So an eye for music means like your ability, skills to understand and produce music. So in this context, your ear will be correct. Okay, this one will be correct. Now, if you go with the second one, if I write an, then if I say an eye for. Now, if you keep the eye here, it is also up to some extent correct, but not in this context. An eye for is a phrase, and it is usually used in context like we sometimes say an eye for detail, an eye for design. It is used in those contexts. For music, I'll go for ear only. Okay. So hand for music and hand, no, and foot. Okay. I can easily eliminate hand and foot. Let's say if you say, okay, I do not know idiom, I do not know phrase. Fine. Still, like, you can eliminate two. What? Hand and foot you can eliminate. It's written hand. And ear for music and eye for music. I am sure if you are not aware of the collocation, the idiom, if you don't know like an ear for music what it means, then you won't be answering this one correctly. Most of the students will select an eye for music. Okay, but again, like go for educated guess. An eye for music, an eye for is a phrase, is a collocation. It is used in other context. But now you go through a whole sentence. An eye for music. For music you need ear. Okay, so eye can be eliminated. If you go with ear, an ear for music, it generally means what? It means like your skill, you are so skilled like you can just listen and do something like that. Now second one, from a young age he could pick up any instrument and dash a what? And dash a tune. And play a tune, write a tune, read a tune, watch a tune. So he can, I don't know the technical word for this music industry, he can make a tune. Okay. Now he can watch a tune, doesn't make sense. He can read a tune, no. He can pick any instrument and you know what? And produce that tune. So what is the nearest one here? Write no, read no, play only. Means he can take an instrument and just do it like that. So you should go with what? Play only. Okay, so in and play, I selected play based on the context. Like you are taking any musical instrument, what you will do? You will say, okay, I produce it, or I can also do it. Means you can also do something similar, play a tune. But play a tune is another common expression. It is used like in this one musical instrument context. Uh, so this is common, word play a tune. Okay, play a tune is a common phrase in this particular industry. Like you can do some if you say I can play a tune, it means I can also play a tune like that. You can also do something like that. Okay, then the next rule, basic grammar. Well, this one is not going to be simple. This is one is not going to be simple. Whatever example I have given, your passage is going to be little difficult. The dogs. Now, what is written here? The dogs. And what are the different words? Wagging, wag, wagged, to wag. So, what? This one. When they are happy, it's one of their ways of dash their emotions. Of, show, no way. Of, showed, no way. They are talking about present simple. Of and to, no way. I can eliminate these. Of, showing. With of, you will do what? You will go with, showing only. The first one, of showing, it is present participle. Okay. Second one, show, it is the first form of verb. It doesn't fit here. Then showed, again, like it doesn't fit. Why? Because the whole sentence is your in present uh, context, like it is in your past. To show, this is in infinitive form. It doesn't fit in this structure of to show. To preposition you are using. The statements, the passage may not be simple like this, but sometimes students are getting simple blanks like this. They are getting. Okay, so if I have to summarize, I will say that keep context in mind, keep eliminate approach in mind, grammar in mind, and sometimes refer sentences. If you have to answer, let's say, if you have to answer this particular blank, you may have to keep this sentence in mind. If you may have to keep the next part in mind. So again, like context in mind. Okay, always read the passage, the very first rule. So with these 6 rules, I'm sure like you can easily, well, not with only these 6 rules, with these 6 rules in mind plus practice, I'm damn sure you can answer 24 out of 24 correctly. So now I'm going to practice in front of you so that you get to know what is my approach when I'm answering. Okay, so I will also answer. I will explain like why I'm selecting a particular word. Okay, so let's jump onto the practice portal now. So the first one for us is 3D bioprinting is a process of 3D printing a biological structure using bioinks consisting of cells and other biological materials. This innovation can be used in the medical field for different, okay, we have transplant patients organ, so it means it is related to medical technology or field. Now this innovation can be used in the medical field for different organ transplant, means some kind of transplant operation for different purposes, processes. I am looking for something similar word. Formalities, adoption, procedures, adaptation. Now formalities, when you are operating someone, you can't say like particular technology, a particular formality will be used for that operation. No, adoption meaning is different, procedure yes, processes, and adaptation it is different. So I can eliminate all these three very easily and I'll go with your procedures. As of now, transplant patients dash the risk of organ rejection, an instance where the body recognizes a donor organ as foreign body and enlists the immune system to treat it as such. Okay. As of now, transplant patients dash race, lost, run, lived. Lived the risk of, run the risk of, lost the risk of, and race the risk of. Race doesn't fit in this context. Now we have lost, run, and lived. Now, lost the risk of transplant patient dash the risk of. So present simple. Now what is present simple here? Lived no, race yes, but not in the context. Run the risk of means they always have this risk. They run the risk of. Okay, means they are having this risk. So based on the meaning, I can eliminate lost. Based on the tense, I can go eliminate lived. We have race. Based on the sense, we can eliminate race, and the left one is run. With this is answer. I do not even need to cross check. Dash the donor organ is necessary to the patient. Other measures need to be taken to try to stop the immune system from fighting against it. Dash. Then, since, why, how. I'll go with what? Uh, then the donor organ necessary. Okay, there is comma here. Now, when you have comma, then you go with what? Since. Since the donor organ is necessary, other measures. Now, if conditional sentences, if you work hard, comma, you will pass. Since it was raining, I couldn't come. When xyz, comma, then again something else. So that is the format. So there is comma here. I'll go with since. Why the donor organ is necessary, other measures, doesn't make sense. How the donor organ, other measures, then the donor organ, comma, other measures. So if you, let's say, go with then comma here is incorrect. So it's not like that they have used comma incorrectly. So I'll go with what? Since here. Then guys, the use of inks and specialization of 3D bioprinters can dash in less rigorous medical therapies for these patients. Can dash in less means in less rigorous. Can dash. So with can, I should go for what? I should go for your first form of verb. Result, answer, question, press. Yes, can result. Why? Means it is some kind of cause and effect. Because of something, something is happening. So can answer. No, it's not like can answer in less. Can question in less, doesn't make sense. Can press in less, can press far less. But again, in this context, it is not making sense. I'll go with your result. Then we have the last one. 3D bioprinted organs were hypothesized 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 to induce a better response from the immune system than current donor organs do. The conclusion that 3D bioprinting can lead to better lifestyles for organ transplant patients and less rejection by the human immune system was reached after research dash the use. Okay, after research shows head height loss showed. After the research showed the use of this one and this one in 3D bioprinting. So that's how you need to answer these questions. Okay, this one based on the sense, this one like present simple, this one sentence structure, this one again like your based on tense, this one again based on tense. Okay, let's jump on to next one. Hippopotamus is Greek for river horse, and the animal has been known since ancient dash. Very simple one. Means if you read newspaper article something, ancient word times, not generation, not anything else. So no discussion here. Hippopotamuses are often seen on the banks or sleeping in the water. This one next to grasslands. Hippos are dash adapted to aquatic life. They are well adapted to maybe unadjustable no well regardless. Okay, the sentence is not like I can say regardless. They are vague, doesn't make sense. They are well adapted to. The ears, eyes, and nostrils are located high on the head so that the rest of the body may remain submerged. The ears and the nostrils can be folded shut to keep out water. The body is so dash that they can walk underwater. The body is so dash where they can hold their breath for 5 minutes. Okay. So shallow, smart, it doesn't make sense. Shrewd, well, different meaning. Shallow is also like, different one. Dense, maybe compact. So keeping compact in mind, I can say dense so that, not compact like kind of I'm including the mass. Okay. So dense. Although often seen basking in the sun, hippos lose water rapidly through the skin and become dehydrated without specific dash. They must also okay. Although seen basking in the sun, hippos lose water okay and become dehydrated without periodic what intervals, without periodic water something, dips, table, opportunity, and this one. Now without periodic what water? For water they have to go in water, without periodic dips. That's all guys. This is how I have to answer. Based on sense, uh, eliminated. Smart doesn't make sense. Means they have to be in, they can be in water for 5 minutes. They can hold their sense, so means it's not like smart. Shallow doesn't make sense. Shrewd, different meaning. So I'm left with dense only. And this ancient times, well, I'm not discussing. If you face problem in these type of sentences, then it's going to be very difficult. These filling the blanks. Okay, guys. Now I'm jumping to next one. Okay. A bonus of dendrochronology is that the width and substructure of each ring dash the amount of rain. Each ring shows, each ring reflect, beam, return. It shows, it reflect. Okay. The rain and the dash at which rain fell during that particular year. Amount of rain and the speed and the reason and the object. So well, we have like some more options here, uh, and the reason, object, and the season at which, okay, means you are getting amount of rain and when it fell down. Thus tree ring studies also allow one to reconstruct dash, one to reconstruct what, one to reconstruct uh, one to reconstruct present, past, future, current. What we are looking for tree rings for what? Past. Climate. A series of wide rings means a wet period. A series of narrow ring means, what is this wet? It means what? It means your dry one. Okay, past dot flood rain. So what is a dry? Dot this one. That's all guys. Okay, it was a very easy one. It shows similar meaning reflect and dash at which rain. So the only logical for me is like reason, object, market, season, only season, like the particular time of the year when it rained. Okay. Now next one. The six programs represented here report that word of mouth is by far their most effective recruitment tool, particularly because it typically yields candidates who are similar to previously successful candidates. Moreover, satisfied candidates and school systems are likely to dash the word without any special dash on the part of their program, are likely to read made spread. They are likely to tell to other means spread the word without any special dash. Special sport, effort, reject, block. Special sport, maybe. Special effort, maybe. Special reject doesn't make sense. Special block, no. Sport or effort without any special effort. Then, other less personal advertising approaches such as radio and television spots and local newspaper advertisements have also proven fruitful, especially for newer programs. New York uses a print advertising campaign to inspire dissatisfied professionals to become teachers. Subway posters send provocative dash to burned out or disillusioned professionals. Subway posters send provocative what? Messages, provocative, provocative emails, something like that. Messages, edge, reps, ages. What messages? Then, tired of diminishing returns, invest in NYC Kids was just one of many Madison Avenue inspired invitations. News coverage has also proven to be a dash, to be a boon, to be alternative, but it is written A. To be, okay, let's check. Boon is born, blessed boon. Well, it's going to be what? Boon. Okay. To be an alternative, to be an advantage, to be positive. So, well, positive is not there. Okay. So, this is how you have to answer these questions. Okay. Keep tense in mind. Keep, eliminate approach in mind. Keep your context in mind. That's all, guys. You will be done. Well, I'm saying 21 out of 24. You can even go for 100% correct, blanks. Okay, let's do one more. Thus environmental policy does not contribute to profitability in any sense at all. In practice, companies that are well organized and efficient or that are already comfortably profitable have time to dash and police environmental policies, have time to think, maintain, locate, establish, lose, have time to set, have time to establish, okay, and police this one. However, if profitable companies are most likely to establish environmental best practices, this is a confusing cause with effect. It is not that environmental best dash, environmental best what? Environmental project, environmental best provide, no. Environmental best practice, environmental best concern. Now, what is written causes? So, well, all are singular only. And why it is not that best and environmental best what project causes profitability, provide eliminated, promote eliminated, only project or practice. So they are not talking about project here, they are talking about the process here. Okay, it is written practice here, so I'll go with what? Environmental best practice. But that being profitable allows for dash for the environment, allows for dash for the environment, allows for maybe some positive or negative word, I don't know, return for the environment. Okay, but that being profitable allows for support, provide concern. Now see, they are talking about, I'm going with the context here. It is not that best practice causes profitability, but no, the contrary part. But that being profitable allows for dash for the environment, allows for some, some negative word, allows for the concern for the environment. Because of this word, but I am going with concern here. They are going to discuss the negative, contrary part after this, connector your but here. So you have to look for these connectors. They have time to dash, they have time to set, they have time to formulate. How many words are there? Maintain, locate, establish, lose. Maintain, they have to first draft, they have to first write, they something like that. So the only similar word is establish, means to set, to like draft. Okay, so this is how I went for establish here. Then you have practice here and concern. So I hope you have got the idea. These were very easy. You may get little bit difficult also in the exam. And I don't know whether you notice or not. When I was answering these questions, I was speaking loudly. First of all, I am recording lecture, so I have to be a bit louder. But whenever I am teaching to my live students also, I read this much loud only. Why? Because in this way, I do not need to worry about my read loud. If I'm reading these, I feel like my read loud is getting done. So that's why whenever I practice these fill in the blanks, especially this one, I always read loud. Why? So that I do not need to practice read loud separately. Okay, that is one thing. Second thing, with the explanation itself, I was able to answer all these blanks within like, I think 2 or 3 minutes. I don't think I took more than 3 minutes in any blank. So if you take more time, you will get less time for the second set of blanks and your score will be getting affected. So 2 minutes, maximum 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes. That's all. If something is, difficult, go for 3, but cover that time in the next one. This is how you have to do. Okay, guys. So that's all. I discussed all the things like what are some tips and tricks, and then I had done 5 samples in front of you. Now, if you want to go for another set of examples, the next lecture is there. Otherwise, you can directly jump on to the reorder paragraph lecture, where I'm teaching like how to reorder different paragraphs in the correct way. And if you want to see me more, doing these fill in the blanks, you can go to the next lecture as well. Otherwise, directly jump to the main lecture, that is reorder paragraphs. Okay, that's all, guys. Thank you very much.